What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of FIFA 16 Potential Leagues. And this time I'm going to have a look at the Indian Super League. It's not the Indian I-League, it's actually the new league that's being created where they have different marquee players for each team. You might have heard about some older players who used to be in the league, like David Trezeguet, David James. They used to participate in the league but now have retired from the league. And yeah, we've got, I think it's 12 players to look at in this episode. And yeah, let's get straight into it. First of all, in this episode, guys, we've got former Borussia Dortmund centre-half Friedrich. He's now playing in the Indian Super League, has a very poor card next year. It doesn't look like a player I'd use very much. And obviously, he's got good physical and defending stats, but with the way pace is on FIFA 15 and expected to be the same next year, I can't see the Borussia Dortmund, former Borussia Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen and Werder Bremen centre-back to be too much, too good, let's be honest. Then we have Katsuranis, a player who I think could be useful next year. With good shooting, good passing, good defending, and good physical, he could be a good card. Then we have former Fulham striker, Kamara. He is another player who could have 5-star skills, but more likely to have 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, with good pace and good dribbling. He could be a really good card next year. Also not a bad finishing either. I reckon he could be a really, one of the silvers that people don't really use that much, but when they do use him, he is absolutely amazing. And then we have something that just puts a needle into my heart. This one is so horrible to see one of the best ever players, Alessandro Del Piero, to have 24 pace on FIFA. I mean, his last card he had is about 31 pace, and then he was 70 overall, and I thought, I'm going to have to take it down another little bit. It's unsure if he's actually going to stay at the club for this season, because I think he has actually decided now, but it's a little bit confusing because last year he didn't have a club, and then he played for the Delhi Dynamos. You can see that there, but it's unsure whether he's going to keep his contract going for the next season, but everyone thinks he will do, and I don't think he's retired yet, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. And yeah, with a very poor card, I don't think we're gonna be using him next year, but he has got 81 shooting, so there's always an upside. Next up, we have something very interesting. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit weird, but yeah, Freddie Lundberg. He's actually a legend this year, but it's another player who's unsure whether his contract's gonna carry on, because last season he only played 4 games for Mumbai City because of had back problems, and it doesn't look like he's going to continue his contract, or he might go out on loan for a club for a little bit, then come back. But it does look like he hasn't retired yet, so that's why I've still put him there. And you can see he's a 57 rated player due to all his injuries he's had recently, and he doesn't look like a very good card, let's be honest. But I don't know what they would do if they had to add these legends into the game. It would be really confusing, because there's more than just him in this episode. So I'd like you to put down in the comments below what you think they'd do if they'd add these cards or just have the leg. It's really confusing, but yeah, let's move on to Samые, who is another interesting player. I'm not really sure what they do with him either, but I'm not really sure what they do with him either with stats wise, because he hasn't played that well for quite a while. Obviously played for Espanyol in 2014, but didn't have the greatest of seasons really. But then last year he didn't actually play a game, so it's a bit confusing what they do. So I've given him 65 pace, 80 shooting as a bit similar stats to what he had last time he was out, but it's unsure whether he will be a silver or a gold card. Next up then we have Nicholas Anelka, who is now a manager of the club he's at, the same club as Freddie Lundberg. Mumbai City. He's actually the player manager, and he's done all right with them, only scoring 2 goals in 7 games. But you know, it's a weird competition, the Indian Super League. I don't really understand it, but he's never really been a player to have the greatest goal records, even in his prime. He only had that one season with Man City where he scored 24 goals, and for the rest of his career, he never really scored that many goals. He did obviously play good at Chelsea, scored over 10 goals some seasons, scored 25 in 54 games here, but you can see most of the time he doesn't score many goals, and you can see here, last 3 seasons, he played for Juventus, played 3 games, scored no goals, West Brom, 2 goals, 12 games, obviously had that controversy with the Jew signal, the Quran or something, I can't remember what it's called, but he did the he did the anti-Semitic symbol. And then this season for Mumbai, he's actually played 7 games and scored 2 goals, which isn't too bad considering what he's done recently. So I put him as a 76 rated player with pretty average stats. And then finally, we have one of the worst players I think I've ever seen in my life, in real life. He's absolutely terrible, guys. Andre Santos, the former Arsenal player. Last time I saw him would have been in about 2013 or 2012. And he's just so bad. If anyone's watched him, or if you're an Arsenal fan, you'd definitely agree with me. He's an absolutely terrible player. Again, it's another player. It's kind of unsure whether he's gonna go to Botafogo or he's gonna stay at Goa. But I put him in the episode anyway because I wasn't really sure. Yeah, but it looks like he will be going back to Goa on loan from Botafogo, or maybe he could be returning to Figueirense, which is his first ever team. But again, it's unsure, and we'll see. We'll hear soon anyway. But I put him in the episode anyway, just in case he does keep that contract, and then this video he wouldn't be in it, and everyone would be like, "Where is he?" And yeah, let's just move on. Here is another interesting page because we have 2 legends in this one. So again, it's confusing. But first of all, we have Perez, the footballer. Obviously the footballer. But for Goa, he's actually scored 1 goal in 8 games. And I've given him a 67 rating. It's a silver card. It's better than Klumberg anyway, but because he has actually still performed. Otherwise, Klumberg didn't play very well, and he is very injured. So it's unsure what his rating will be, but 67 sounds about fair. And again, it's a similar situation with the legend card to normal card thing. So I'd like to hear your opinions on that because I really don't have a clue. But then we have another one. It's Roberto Carlos. I put him as a CDM instead of his left back usual position because apparently that's where he's playing. I'm not really sure why, but apparently he is the marquee player for the club he's at. I think it's Delhi Dynamos. So yeah, he hasn't actually played for them yet, but in recent years he was still doing okay. So that's the only reason why I've got him as a higher rating, because at the end of their careers, Robert Perez and Freddie Ljungberg were dropping off a little bit. But Roberto Carlos was still just as good as he was. So, well, not just as good as he was at Real Madrid, but he's still a solid player for Angie, Makachkar and Corinthians at the end of his career. So, yeah, I'd like to see if you guys agree with my legend ratings. Put down in the comments below what you think they would be as a normal card, and I'd like to look into that. And then next up, we have another legend who doesn't actually have a legend card. It's Lucio, the former Inter Milan centre-back. Again, another player not to actually play a game for his new team, Goa. In his last season, he's played 19 games and scored 1 goal for Sao Paulo. So he's obviously not done too bad. 2 goals in 25 games for Palmeiras, and then 16 and 1 for Sao Paulo in 2013. And they're 2 years, which isn't too bad. That's why I've kept him a gold. And I believe he's going to be. He's not going to be very useful. Let's be honest. And then to end this episode, guys, we have Elano, the former Manchester City cam. Played for Santos. Well, he plays for Chennai, which is the Indian team. Then he's gone to Santos, but he's gone back to Chennai on loan for the next season. It's again quite confusing, but yeah, again, it's another card that probably wouldn't be useful. And then you can see this league. No offense to any Indians, but it's a bit of a joke. Like, all the players are over 30 rated, so it would be probably the worst team ever to be used for a career mode. But yeah, who cares? It's fun to see these legends back in the game. And if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Put down in the comments below what you think these ratings should be and any other players I've missed out from the Indian Super League. And I'll see you next time. And again, put down in the comments below any other leagues you want me to do next. I think the Welsh League is the next on my schedule. And I'll see you next time. Peace.